Are you looking for a faster video? Well, today it's a live stream, and I know you're probably looking for a really nice and tidy, edited down video, but I have ways for you to make it faster. You can click that little gear on the YouTube settings right there on the video and adjust the playback speed, make me sound like a chipmunk, and it'll go a lot faster. You can also look and see if there's timestamps for this project in the description, and if you're on a desktop, you can hover over the time bar at the bottom of the screen and see if it's chunked up into chapters, and then that way you can go directly to the step you're looking for. And lastly, you can also tap on the screen on the right hand side of the video picture or on the left hand side to make the video jump ahead, forward or backward if you're on a mobile device. And you can adjust that amount in your settings so you can have complete control over how much it jumps. So if you are on a desktop, you can use the fast forward or the rewind, and that will make it go faster as well. You can also enable subtitles, and the little CC on the screen will enable closed captioning. That way, if I am a little bit harder to understand with that double playback speed, the subtitles might help you out. All right, well, I know that it's not a nice little edited video, but if you sew with me, we'll get there together and it'll be lots of fun. And now for the live stream. Happy sewing! Hello! How's it going? Here I am, shredding fabric. I don't know how much of this I can handle though. How are you guys? I haven't even started this or watching the stream. I've been busy doing this. I forgot I need to do this, so I'm just gonna do a little bit, as much as I can. Hi Dar, how's it going? Hi Hannah. Hey Carrie. Happy Thursday. Oh my gosh, where are your animals? I saw Tammy had an animal emergency yesterday, but her animal's gonna be okay. Hi Kathleen. Nice to see you again. What are you working on these days, Kathleen? This is like so aggravating to my like repetitive motion injuries. Hi, Shanika. Here's nice. We won't tell anyone, Shanika. Hi, Lynn. I'm wearing my Rita, and oh my gosh, you guys, I know I keep saying how amazing having pockets in it is, but it truly feels like it was always supposed to be that way. It feels so natural. I took a picture today in my bathroom. House project boring. Yeah, but you're home. You're in your home. That must feel good now that you're back. Oh, you took him to the scissor. We've done that too, where we take the animals like the night before, and it does. It feels really weird. It makes me, at least it makes me eager to leave for my trip, you know? So let's see, what did I do yesterday? Okay, so yesterday I was looking for bigger pieces of scraps in the bin to make the, you know, this mulch mat out of, rather than using the cheesecloth, because I feel like the cheesecloth did not go well. And I found a old duvet cover. Look at that. I just shredded Liberty fabric. I feel like I'm going to get some hate for this project. I was all like cautious yesterday about talking about stuff like this, but I'm really not. Like, I'm totally an environmentalist at heart. I don't have any problem saying that. Yeah, I feel like I'll get hate. Those fabric pieces are big enough to use, then use them. That's my reply. You want to donate scrap fabric to people that you won't use? You can't tell people what they should use. Look at that. This fabric is so thick. I'm going over it with a not so dull rotary knife and it's only denting it. Oh, okay, which one's that dress? I've seen that one, the Recoleta. White embroidered cotton. That sounds nice. I love that kind of stuff. All right, I'm tired of cutting those. Some are just gonna have to be whole piece. Like this is a pretty big piece. I just have a lot of this fabric and I'm honestly just getting to that point where some of it needs to be used in other ways, and this is what's useful to me now. I have another bin down here on the floor, just so you know. Like these right here, I was looking everywhere for these. These I want to save. That stuff has the elastic thread in it, making it stretch. I'm really, thanks, Dar. I'm pretty good, huh? Yeah, just look at the inside of any of my garments with pockets. My poor husband's pockets are always so funny. This stuff I'm saving. I cut out a dog bed for Molly yesterday. I think Molly is a lot older than we realized. I could even rip some of this stuff up. What was this for? Oh, this was pants fitting. And I think like, you know, because she's always been let up onto like the bed and the couch and stuff, like before we got her, like she was a full-on adult when we got her, like probably 5 to 7 years old, with habits that, this is so nice. She, you know, when she jumps down, this is what I think is happening. I think she's got like a pinched nerve because sometimes she'll be really stiff and kind of sore. And I think it's because when she jumps down off of things, all that, you know, her forelegs, is that what that's called? Or forelegs on like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. They are bearing the brunt of her weight and like the impact, you know. I've been giving her a little massage. She loves when I come home. Like we always have our little moment because Loki goes crazy. He's like, I gotta show you my new toy. It's a toy he's had forever and is gross beyond disgusting. And so he just shows it off over there. And me and Molly have our little snuggle moment. But lately I've been giving her a little massage and she loves it. It's really helped. Nice, Lynn. You got this. Okay, some of this I just, like that, I don't really feel like I need to shred, you know? And we want some weed mat. Look at, this is so scraps. This is great. This is great filler. So I made her a dog bed and I'm gonna make it soft and cushy for her using one old robe, 2 pillows, 1 pillow from my childhood that my uncle made me. I'm gonna save the outside that he sewed and put the batting in there. And then a pillow from Cricket's bed that's not gonna be used. It just needs side pockets. Yeah, right. You don't know where or how to add them, Kathleen? Your Recoleta needs side, it doesn't have side pockets. Wait, I need to look at this design. I thought she was a kind of a big pocket fan. This, like shredding these scraps is making my bin twice as full. Oh my God, you guys. This wool cashmere strap. Oh gosh, this is like memory lane. I'm telling you, it's like carbon dating my projects. This isn't stretched denim, so this should be great. Look at that, there's some pockets. Oh, that was from when I did my cutaway pockets. Maybe I should do a video on like how to add pockets. Well, did you see me add them to this, Kathleen, the other day? Because I feel like really you just need to decide where you want them. And then it's pretty straightforward from there. In fact, I think it's always kind of good to see where you want your pockets on any garment, even if the garment comes with them, because sometimes they're not placed in the right spot. I just made something and the pockets are not in the right spot. And it's weird like what an inch can do. Ooh, this fabric is gonna disintegrate nicely. Oh, all my felt scraps. These are from when I used to make pie slices for sale, like, 10 years ago. These are big. Oh, this is a whole cutout garment. I don't want you to see that. Oh, look at this. I put fabric in here. That turned out terrible. Like, when I had that printed, something went wrong. Like, I don't know why. Like, it didn't print the color I put in. All right, we're at the bottom of the bin here, except for these big chunks here. So I was also, you remember that pair of shorts? Like, here's a pair. So remember that pink pair of shorts? I could do that with this. Someone's here. Yeah, I'll save these and I'll make more of these things. Yeah. These big pieces, I could make more of the, this is good interfacing right here. We'll save that. I've been keeping my eye out for that. I bet these wool scraps would be great. This, maybe I will save this so that I can sew linings for dog beds out of that, because I'm always looking for fabric for something like that. Like big pieces that I don't feel so bad about using. All right, I'm almost done. The ITS Celeste has front pockets. It's 2-stitch. Hey there. Someone has done the DG patterns, Libby. I haven't thought about them in a really long time though. I have not sewn anything from them. Hi, Martina. What do you consider a scrap for nicer fabrics? Oh, Martina, I think that could be like one of the great debates, like pineapple on pizza. I think if you were only a garment sewist, scraps can be kind of big pieces, right? Because you can only do so much with smaller pieces. I really like all of the like the movement behind making things from your scraps, like patchwork items or pattern mixing. I love pattern mixing. The zero waste patterns, I feel I'm on the fence about those because I don't know a whole lot of them. I only know the ones I see people sew. I have not made any of them. But I will say this, some of them have you use so much fabric for the project that I feel like, yeah, you're not wasting any, but they're using so much fabric in order to get a silhouette that's kind of mildly, it's acceptably flattering on a lot of bodies. Would you have used that much fabric to make a different silhouette is the question. Are you so bent on not throwing fabric away or reusing your scraps for something else that you'll compromise the potential of not wearing that garment? And I think that's a really important question. Happy birthday, Summer. What am I making for you? Are you a gardener? Do you guys know what I mean? I think I have been thinking about, you know, environmental type things since I was 15 years old. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot, and the more I learn, the more complicated the question can get. So you have to, number one, give yourself some grace with the constraints that are presented to you, because you may not have the resources, whether they be financial or a facility to help you out with something, or access to things, or maybe, you know, there's lots of different things. Yeah, exactly, Martina. Yeah, so I think that being responsible the best you can, like I know we all don't want to pass up a fabric sale. I don't either, and I don't. but I also know I'm going to go through it. And my fabric stash right now feels big, but honestly, for the number of fabric pieces I can cut, it's kind of small. So it's actually not that big. Every fabric I have, you see behind me, that's it. And that's all scrap. That's all fabric I've used in projects on my left. And behind me, I have only this row directly behind me are uncut pieces. So it's like managing that, and I don't want it to get any bigger than this is something I focus on personally, because also my space is a bit constrained here. So I think you've got to figure out what you think is a scrap and what you're going to do with it. Yeah, it can be stuffing. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I just really don't, yeah. Obviously, like, for me, like, this is the thing. This is why I'm at this project. I cannot, oh, there's someone down there. That's it's freaking me out. There's been, like, weird noises. There was the craziest bird sound earlier. Oh, my gosh, I wish my husband was here. Anyway, for me, I feel like my project might be a little extreme for a lot of folks, but for me, I generate so much waste that literally the only garbage I have here is fabric scrap and the occasional film to my frozen lunch. Because the lunches, if I buy frozen lunches, they're in a paper container. So they're not technically recyclable because they have food waste on them, but they are biodegradable because they're paper. Or I bring my own in my own containers, right? Like, I'm not going to air out all the things I do. But I know that when I have to haul the garbage out and I just see all this fabric going in the garbage, and most of it doesn't. It goes in this bin under the table. When this gets really full, I start going, oh God, what am I going to do? I had 3 of these in my old studio. Kathleen took one and had a blast with them. And then I only had 2. That's right. I had 3 when I left my other studio, and I had all these gals from the fabric store come and they had a blast going through them. And I bundled them up. I put them in bags on my front step, free fabric scraps. They were all gone by the next day. So there's that. I was in a really perfect spot for that, you know. So for me, you know, I'm just generating so much. I cannot make enough patchwork garments. It would take too much fabric. Yeah, you really did. I really appreciated seeing that. Yeah, Libby, some of them are. But did you guys see Sam's post today, Frugalissima, on Instagram? She made a really cute top out of a zero waste fabric, a zero waste pattern. It's really cute and it fits her really nice. I thought it was really cute. I think sticking to natural fibers is a good plan too, but that's not always what people have access to, and they're more expensive. Yeah, so, okay, so this is what I want to do. I'm pretty much done shredding fabrics. I just want to cut out a few more of these pillows. That's what I'm going to call them, my little mulch pillows. So look at this. I took these shorts that I had used for all kinds of pants fitting experiments. This one I'll have to kind of patch. And I just put it on the side seam area. And I cut one out like that. Let's overlap that fabric there so I can patch it. It's not ideal, right? This one is definitely, this leg is much smaller than the other leg. Here we go. I'll use this one. Ooh, maybe this one might be a little tough. Okay, we'll put that one aside. Let's see if this one will work better. Oh, this one will work better. All right, just like that. There we go. This blade is now like, nope, I don't think so. You've asked a lot of me today. Okay. All right, here's one. See, look at that. Then I have one Can you guys see? It's like there's the waistband and the yoke. Even if I have extras that I can't make into the whole like skirt, like Christmas tree skirt thing, I'll just keep these and then fill them as I go. I'm just going to keep them over here at my cutting table. I'm going to give one of these to my mom, for maybe not for Christmas, but just give it to her. All right, here's 2 more. And we'll cut this one up, and like I could cut this stuff up, but I think this would be better for a dog bed lining, because what I do is I make a insert for the dog bed, and I fill that up so that I can wash the outer. It's a lot of extra work. I get that, but it's worth it because dog beds are stinky sometimes, you know. Cat beds too. One more. All right. Okay, so this is probably gonna be the only other stream I do on this, and I know I had 3 scheduled this week, so I have an idea. Noemi sent me a, oh my God, I really need to use a better blade soon. Noemi sent me a link to this YouTube video, you guys, and it was so funny. At first I was like, no. And it was like sewing hacks. I'm not gonna tell you what it was. Because this is my idea. What do you guys think about finding a few of those kinds of videos and linking them to me? Send them to me on Instagram, or I have an email address, sosolive@gmail.com. Link them to me. Make sure they're not like hour-long videos. I'm looking for like little, just like fun little like, oh, wow, I'm gonna try that. And on Saturday, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna react to those and try out some of these things. So if you guys can find anything like that, they can be cool sewing tricks that are actually useful. Just don't make them hours long, you know? Right, Megan? Exactly. So if you guys get suggested something, I just need a few of them. What do you guys think of that? I think it'd be kind of fun. A bunch of triangles sewn in to make it wide and flowy. A-line or gourd? To make a bunch of triangles sewn to make it, I would call that hard, complicated. I mean, if that was me. Hi, Archie. Yeah, you like that? I think it'd be fun. I'm definitely going to do the one she sent me because at first I was like, oh my God, this is so silly. And by the end of it, I was like, ooh, I want to try this. I really want to see, because you know me, I'm like, there's only, you know, like, there's a good way to do bias binding. Okay, this was a super failed tank top, and I finally gave myself permission to get rid of it. But now I'm thinking camisole. So I'm gonna keep it, except for that. This was a shirt I cut out and I didn't lose the pattern per se. I kind of want to cut it just to see sew it and see what happens. Let's see. I don't think it would fit me is what my thing. Let's see. What is this? This is the back. That's the front. And that's a sleeve. What the heck is going on with this sleeve? It must have been gathered. And then there's this. This is all I have to work with. I don't have any more of this fabric. You know what? It could have been a client who went MIA and didn't pay me. And then all services stop. Oh, 5-minute crafts. Okay, yeah. Okay, send me a few, you guys. Have at it. Okay, and then if you send it to me, I want you to tell me you should watch this one first so that you have the things on hand, or I want you to watch this blind and react to it. So yeah, either email the links to me, sosolive@gmail.com. That would be great if they were just all emailed to me, but you can send them to me via Instagram DM. It's just that I have to like copy paste and kind of move it. Yeah, it is, right, Kathleen? I know I am quite a bit larger than I was at the time I made this, but when I look at this, this probably wasn't my size. It looks large enough. And it has this little like slit. Maybe I'll just sew it up for fun. All right, here we go. We've rescued a few things out of the scrap box. This is my last little bit. I'm having trouble throwing something that looks like pockets away, so we'll just put this in my pocket bin. I have a bin with all my little patterns. I'll cut a few more of this up. And okay, I let go of this bag a while ago, so I think I'm gonna stay with it let go. Oh my gosh, don't look through here, Jeremy. This is like memory lane. Okay, let's start sewing. What do you think about that? It's a sewing channel, right? Okay, let me pick up my scraps over here, and then I'm gonna move you guys over here. And let's see. These, I need to probably cut these up actually. We couldn't figure these out, right? Be really careful with your fingers doing this stuff. At one point I just lifted my left hand off the table while I did it to make sure. All right. Do you guys think I'm gonna get through all of these today? Do you think I have like not enough or too much? I'm kind of curious. You know, it's like one of those things where when you stuff a pillow, you're like, wow, that just used my whole bag of stuffing. I had no idea. You know? Dang, I wish I had a mini rake. My friend used to have a miniature garden rake, and that's what she used to clean the floor of her sewing shop on the carpet. It was genius. It worked so good. You know, when you don't want to always vacuum. Okay. We got the bin. We can replace the trash can since we're not going to create any trash today. Let me get my mouse. And I'm going to move my computer. I'm going to take you, the water. Should have done my camera change screen, huh? Okay, there's not much room over here. All right, sleep number bed. Stop telling me how good or bad my sleep is compared to my husband. It's not fair right now. We're not even sleeping in the same bed because of the cats. Hi, Lydia. How's it going? Oh, I kind of nailed the face cam, didn't I, there? All right. All right, so I have my I'll move you, and you, and you. The machine on. All right, so this is what I'm making. I'm making a big version of this little like tree skirt here, and each of these sections is going to be a pocket. And so here's the quilt I cut up. It was an old quilt that was ripping. It was getting so threadbare, it was kind of ripping. And so look, this is like that. This was actually the sham. So you can see the stitching. I don't know if you can see the stitching. So it was stitched like this. I ripped out the stitching of the sham. See, look. Can you see that line? Opened it up, and then I got one more pair. So what do you guys think? Do you think I should do this with the right side of the fabric out, or maybe duller would look better out in the yard? You know? So this is what I'm thinking. If I do it duller, we'll just do this one kind of dull. I'm going to do it I'm going to do this seam kind of clean finished because I'm not a savage. But we're not about that clipping the edge life, right? All right, and then these right here, we're going to sew wrong sides together. We get to really lay into the sewing machine today. I think like this would be a really good project if you were kind of like feeling funky, you don't have your sojo, maybe you're frustrated or mad about something. I think this is a really good project because you don't have to be very accurate. You can kind of hack and slash. All right, and so now this is what I'm going to do. That opening is kind of small. Dull, yeah, dull in the yard. I think so too. I think it's already going to be a case of like, what the heck is that? I'm going to separate these pieces apart, you know. I'll probably go live tomorrow morning from my house. Hopefully it'll work. If it won't, I'll record a little video. And I'll show you it in the yard. It'll, like my plants can do their own home sew catwalk. Now, I think like you could make these as thin or as stuffed as you want. I kind of want them to not be flying away. I've barely used any fabric scraps. All right. And then I can probably top it off a little bit and put some felt in there. This is so satisfying for me. I feel like this has got to be really boring, but it's really satisfying for me. Cool, thanks Martina. Awesome. Hi Emily. I should have reinforced this seam right here, so let's try and do that now. Eek. I probably need to put my automatic back tack on today. It always startles me until I get used to it. All right, so then here's one, and then I'm going to sew these together here, but I'm not going to stuff them all first. I just wanted to see one. So I'm going to sew all of these together into the circle and then stuff them, because putting this through my machine with it stuffed, that's just, we don't have to do that to ourselves, you know. It's about the thickness. I'm about to get rid of so much stuff in my studio. I'm so excited. Let's see, this was the overlap of the sham. So I'm just going to stitch it down. But you could, you could make these reusable. I'm going to try the cheesecloth by doing something like this, like leaving a overlap here with an opening. I mean, I don't know, maybe. I'll do the cheesecloth next. Let me just sew this one shut. Okay, let's try the cheesecloth. All right. I feel like the cheesecloth, you're going to see why I'm not wanting to use it. I'm going to pull one of these out from the middle that I didn't tamper with yesterday. So I was pretty careless when I was cutting this out because it was really hard to wrestle. And it just got like, I can barely even see the shape, okay? So let's see how it goes in my machine. All right, so my feed dogs aren't grabbing it. It's sewing fine. It's like fairy floss. I feel that if I had one of these fully stuffed, and we will do one, handling it, you'd really have to support the whole pillow because the fabrics would definitely tear this, I think. The weight of it. Where you dart? I don't know. I think maybe I could do one like that. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, Kathleen. Yeah, I was thinking that not even doing it too wide, but like this wide, like 8 inches would be pretty moldable. And then if you did it in sections, it would be kind of a little bit like bending a caterpillar. I think that is a good idea, especially for garden beds. This is specifically for a couple of trees we have. Oh, don't get wrapped around my presser foot, please. Yeah, see, that just ripped when I went to fix it. See that? What do we think? Look at that. It's already pulling apart. I think the cheesecloth was a terrible idea. Hi, Beverly. Exactly, Beverly. You could just cover it with dirt or mulch, like mulch you buy. It'll make your mulch last longer. Because mulch, when you buy mulch like redwood bark or something, especially shredded is definitely going to decompose the fastest. But it just looks a little less, like you notice it less because you can kind of smooth it and kind of get it in the nooks and crannies. And the bark chunks, that takes the longest to decompose, but it can get out of your bed, you can kick it out, it's a little easier to push out of the way. Hi, Florentine. I'm thinking scrap fabric. But I think you could use muslin. I think muslin would be a really good alternative. I'm using all kinds of stuff in here. So this is one of the cheesecloth ones. What was that for, Martina? Okay, I'm going to set this. We need like a sewn pile. Let's put them here. So some of the ones I've made so far, I cut up this quilt or a duvet, and then all of these are scrap fabrics. This was from a body pillow that is like 12 years old, and it was just kind of getting manky. And then this, you've seen this. This was just a scrap in my bin. This was a pair of shorts. Wait, no, this was a laundry basket prototype. You can see seams in it and everything. So far I've only cut out ones that are in this kind of tree skirt design. But I agree with Kathleen. I think having like just 8-inch, even if they were just like 36-inch long sections, so you don't have to have a whole lot sitting next to your cutting table to fill. Yeah, it's too lightweight. Yeah, I think that this would break down and your scraps are gonna fly out. I don't know, you guys. What do you think of the cheesecloth? Like, I like the idea of seeing the scraps through it, you know? But I'm thinking that the fabric is a better call. Because I think my idea of this has evolved. So originally I wanted these to break down in the garden. I wanted my fabric scraps to compost, you know? And personally, I'm thinking maybe I want these to last a little longer. We'll do this one right side out, Dar. Okay? Let's sew across this right here. So I think that what if, you know, these lasted a while? The only problem with that is then maybe you would run out of needing weed mats. All right, and I'm still going to do it so that this is wrong sides together. So then I have a seam. Yikes. It was a helpful experiment. And I think the cheesecloth, like maybe if you did it in a smaller sized like pillow, maybe a higher quality. I think this was the 50, and maybe if you did it in the 90 quality cheesecloth. I don't know. I knew I ran out of thread. Yeah, I don't think it will hold up in the sun either. Pretty much where we are, something will last one season in direct contact with the sun. So this is another way that we try and kind of minimize our waste, like as a family. I don't buy cushions for my outdoor chairs every year, and I don't store them in the sun. I don't buy those cute coconut fiber welcome mats with the cute designs on them, because those things, a few months gone. Like the mat is there, but it turns like the design's gone. I just don't buy that stuff. We have UV glass in our house. Well, I hope our house, I'm not sure about our current house, to be honest. We have the weirdest windows in our house right now. So this is when I cut from this laundry basket. I'm actually almost done with that. I've made so much progress lately. I'm so happy. And I'm having fun with it finally again. It'll probably come out next week. All right. I guess I could put this fabric right side out. I'm sick of seeing it. But maybe seeing it out in my garden will make me happy. I even disabled it in my Spoonflower shop, I'm pretty sure. Wait, is this? Yeah, I think I did. All right. So what are you guys working on? Entertain me. Let's get at least 6 of these sewn, and then we'll stuff it. We'll sew it together and then stuff it. This one has a little cut here. This one needs a seam down the center. Oh shoot. They're both right side up. What's this going on here? This is a one pair. This is so soft. Oh my gosh. This is look at, this is the pair of shorts. This is hilarious. There's my hip. That's my hip right there. I think that's so funny. Oh, yeah. This one needs a mate. It doesn't have one in the bin here, but this one does. Hi, Hannah. How's it going? Oh my gosh, two Hannahs at once. Different Hannahs. You're making the Arthur pants. I don't know what those are. What are they like? Tell me about them. By So Liberated. Have I sung something by So Liberated? I have. I made that gathering apron. That's right. Here's you're knitting your Novelty and oh, cute. 20 pounds of baby cucumbers for dill. Oh. Are you going to do, I mean, come on, let's be honest. Are you going to do like butter pickles? I always did dilly beans, and some of them were kind of spicy. That was my favorite thing to pickle. The Stella blouse and a pretty Liberty. Oh, you put some snaps on. Oh, big balloon crescent-shaped pants. Crescent-shaped pants. Oh, because of the balloon part with flat felt. So you did that big curve with flat felt? Nice job, nice job. I'm impressed. That's a good seam finish for that. Did I not do the bottom? Oh. What? I did the sides before I did the... Are you serious? I can't even sew this correctly. We'll just edge stitch it. Now we're try-harding. Wait. Well, shoot. This is going to have to be wrong side out. Sorry, Dar. I need these seams exposed up here. I don't want this to be too hard to sew. Oh, no. You cut. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a bummer. It really happens to the best of us. That serger knife sometimes has a mind of its own. Things just kind of get away from us really quickly. Why am I prepping this whole end here when I still have this whole length to go? You know? I have my iron camera set up, but I feel like ironing these is a, you know. Okay. Not bread and butter, just dill. Oh, for Christmas gifts. Ooh, spicy dilly beans. Oh, interesting. I like Bloody Marys, are good. I used to always drink spicy tomato juice on planes. I don't know what it was about it. I just really liked it on a plane. I never bought it any other time. I never bought it. I don't think I've ever bought tomato juice in general, let alone the spicy one. And then I kind of started associating it with flying. And you know how sometimes that feeling of being in a plane, you know, it's kind of this overwhelming amount of like noise. It's kind of sensory overload just being in the plane, let alone that there's people around you and you had the stress of doing it, getting there, getting packed, getting your bag in, whatever, you know. And so then it's not like I get nauseous when I'm flying at all, but there's something about it. It doesn't make me nauseated, but it makes me kind of feel that like plain oppression, not oppression, but I don't know, that feeling in there. So now it doesn't sound good to me. Like I could drink it now, like here, but not in the plane. Now I stick to like sparkling stuff or just water. Yeah, 20 pounds is quite a bit. This one has a big old chunk out of the side there, but we don't care, right? And this one needed a mate. So you get the birds. Oh, right. Okay, so one half of it's right sides together and the other half isn't. Okay. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 now. And this is my scrappier one because it's all the different fabrics, where I think I even have enough just that bedspread one. I don't want it to look too polished out there. I don't really want it to catch your eye. I sort of want it to just blend in with my yard. How big is this hole? It's a little hole. I could have probably patched it. Superior to celery, yeah. I will sometimes have a drink with my husband, and he makes the one with the, I think it's a Manhattan. It has the cherry at the bottom. I love it when he gives me 2 cherries. He gets these really nice cherries too. They're not the little maraschino cherries. I'll eat those too though, let's be honest. They're like, I don't know, they're just more like a pickled cherry, you know? Okay. Let's try sewing these together. I think what will annoy me the most is if the perimeter edge isn't lined up. So we're gonna line it up from the bottom and go towards the top. I think this would be great around my husband's squash he's growing. We have this whole little setup for that little squash because of where it's planted. I have a homemade tomato cage around it that's more like a cylinder of sheep paneling, which is like fencing. And then I put shade cloth over it, you know, just to kind of keep it a little bit more, you know, moistured, locked in. Okay. That one. Let's do a blue one next. Well, yeah, let's do this one. Okay, so yeah, if anyone's new here today, remember on Saturday, I want you guys to send me some videos on sewing hacks, like short videos. We're going to watch them and we're going to try some of the hacks. They can be good hacks, they can be bad hacks. It's more that I'm looking for like short things to try out. I think it'll be kind of fun to do. Inspired by one that Noemi sent me this morning, and I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'll try it. There were 4 things you could do with this item with your sewing machine. And I actually was like, come on, you don't even need that. But then by the end I was like, I wonder if you could do that. And you wouldn't need a Teflon foot for things. Like it might be a replacement for a Teflon foot, which I think a few people would be interested in. Why did I do that? That just made it really bulky, you know? All right. This is, you want to talk about when people say, oh, it's kind of scrappy. This is scrappy. All right, and then I have my one that I've already stuffed. So there's my center. So in my head, the fork, please, no, send me that. Yeah, and like I said, I want them to be really short so we can watch a bunch of them. Like the one that this person sent me, it was 4 minutes long and there were 4 ways to use something with your sewing and make some things easier. If I need to know ahead of time that I need to get a hold of something to try it, like I might not have it here, like that's good. I actually have a fork here, but that would be good to know. But if you want me to just react to it, you know, and it's sewing related, okay, without being prepared, I'm down for that. It'll be fun. It's like my anniversary stream. So one of the things I was thinking was, in my head, I was thinking, oh, I'll just turn this under and top stitch it shut. That's not going to happen because I've sewn through the seam, but I could just stitch it shut, right? Ooh, can't wait to put this on my plant. All right, let's sew this on here first. That way it's not really heavy when we go to do it. This is why you want to stuff after. Don't stuff first, because it'll be really hard. I have a nice big table. Okay. Oops, I just burped it. All right. Oh, really, Carrie? Okay. So I was wondering about that because I see people do stuff like that. How, I wonder how you find that out, because I know that I allow people to use my video. I probably shouldn't, but I don't, yeah. It's really nice. Like Wardrobe by Me just shared the utility jacket video on her channel. Staff and Tailor. Maybe if the image is flipped. They were doing a live stream making candles. And they were using their video to do it. I feel like that promotes it. It's so annoying. Hi, Nancy. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's what I'm wondering. So maybe what I could do is I could just link the video to you guys and then you could watch it, you know, and then I'll just tell you about it. I'll just do it. So maybe I don't want any copyright. I have never had a copyright strike. I'll probably play it kind of safe, sorry. Right. This is awkward, but it's because I'm doing it under the camera. All right, so I'm gonna spread this out. This whole idea has really evolved, hasn't it? I really wanted these to decompose. They're not going to decompose in my lifetime, I don't think. Oh, there's a little bit of this. This probably won't decompose. I'm stuffing Molly's bed with some of this stuff. I want that out of my office. I don't know, Nancy. Using someone else's video, though, that might be, it's pretty easy. Oh, yay, Beverly. There's 2 of you making those cargo shorts. Lynn is also. I'm so excited. I'm so glad you guys are inspired to do that. I want to make my husband another pair. He wears them all the time. He's wearing them today. He wears those all the time. Okay. This is reminding me of something. Hi, Harmony. Okay, so you watch the video unless you show only short clips. So if like one of the ones someone sent me, the whole video is only 4.5 minutes long. So I'm gonna look in my settings. I'm just gonna look, okay. Let's look at my settings, permissions. Oh, these are roles. No. Upload defaults. Advanced settings. What the heck? I had a hidden user that I hid the other day, and I couldn't see her profile pic before, but now I can. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I hit that person. Yeah, yikes. Copyright. Oh. Wow, okay, yeah. Okay, well, maybe I'll look into this. Yeah, exactly. Oh, darn, that'll be cool. Yeah, I think that would be great to keep your, yeah, I think that would be great. And I think that that would be a little bit like more straightforward as far as the setup and the soap, because you just need to like literally just piece it to, you could just make an 8-inch long tube, but if you don't have scraps that big, it just needs to be like whatever size. It doesn't matter what size they are. Just like little pillows sewn together, like the beekeeper's quilt. Okay. What is your favorite way to use your scraps, you guys? Or do you just not have like the quantity I have? This isn't even a year's worth. This is this year. You know? In fact, I think that this bin was empty when I moved here. So this is since I've moved into this studio. So this is from March, April, May, June, July, August. So this is 6 months worth of scraps. That's it. 6 months. That's too much in here. I also did, you know, I production sewed 100 bags. You know, there's things to take into account. Your cabbage bin. Is that a euphemism, or is that your like your what's a cabbage bin? Oh, so Harmony, if you know of any, send me some. Hi, Malin. How's it going? Okay, yeah, I'm going to check. Thanks for the warning and a heads up, you guys. I had thought about it. It crossed my mind. Maybe also, okay, I have one more pocket, and this thing is like awkward as heck. Why is the lighting so crummy? Scraps, and then the small scraps are coleslaw. That's adorable. So you call your scrap bin your cabbage bin? Can I steal that? Were you the one that called a metal zip a meatball zip by accident? I actually laughed out loud when I read that. You know who writes a lot of typos, and I mean nothing but love for this person because I love her. I love her. It's Jenny Hassler. She's like one half of Punk Frockers. That lady don't proofread ever. And it just cracks me up. I think like there's a certain charm to it sometimes, you know? Remember in the days of when we were all new to texting and there was that website, what was it called? Oh, damnyouautocorrect.com. And there was this whole page on ones between parents and kids that was just so funny. I'm sure they still update it. It's from Bernadette Banner. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. You know, and it's funny because it sounds familiar, but I thought it was a different vegetable. Like I've heard that term before, and I think maybe I'm thinking of scrap wood. You were tired and frustrated. Or called a cabbage patch, yeah. Oh, okay, there you go. You guys, okay. You hate to make a random box in the bottom of all your closets full of scraps. Well, hey, you didn't throw them away. That's pretty cool. Malin, I've been talking about that I'm going to do, like, you know how there's some of those really silly sewing hack videos out there? I think I'm almost done with this project. Like, I'm not going to do this for 3 streams. I know this cannot be very entertaining. This one's too stuffed. I'm probably almost done, in fact. But I'm going to, on Saturday, I'm going to kind of react to some of those and try them out. So if you have any videos like that, send them and we'll try it. Okay. You want to see? Let's see if my full screen's set up. It's kind of set up. Come here, you. Yeah, I think I have heard that term now. Oh, you guys, it weighs a bunch. Okay. There we go. Look at that. I'm going to put that around my plant. I think the hole could have been smaller. I need to sew it shut. Oh, cool, Harmony. Hi, Elizabeth. How's it going? How are ya? All right, you guys. Wish me luck here. Oi. We're going for it. Hopefully I never need anything out of here. I actually have stolen scraps from one of the poofs and from when I stuffed a stuffed animal that I had knit. I had stuffed it with some yarn scraps that I needed once to repair something. At least I remembered where they were. I'm not above doing that. But out in the yard, I don't know, these things are probably going to get pretty dusty and manky. And then I'll give you a... We should set a reminder for a year from now to check it out. I'll do a quarterly updates. I wore it yesterday. Wait, Beverly. You're talking about the Liberty dress? I brought it today. I need to put buttons and buttonholes on it. Did I run out of bobbin? Yeah, finally. Talk about running out of bobbin, one of the worst spots. Oh, I didn't move the camera. I can't even like reach it. I'm like buried. This thing's heavy. This looks so bright. So yeah, Beverly, are you talking about, I'll show it to you just a second, but I gotta finish this seam because, wait. You know what else I'm gonna use? Thread I don't want. What color's going? This one is bright pink. That was for like probably one project. Using up my thread. Which one, Beverly? The ditzy print dress. Was it the Liberty of London orange like colored Amelia dress that was bias cut? I did turn that into a top. I'll show it to you when I'm almost done here. And then I'm going to put some snaps on it. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, I need a place for this to go. Please don't unplug the camera. All right, where's my top edge? Who said sewing isn't a workout? I actually don't like having my hand too close to this project. All right, two more. Here we go. Okay, now it's getting a little easier. My binding machine would have been so great for this. That would have been overkill. Oh well. Okay, now it's secure. Okay. That top turned out really cute. I'll show you. So yeah, after I was done the other day, I finished this. I was tired and hungry, but I was determined. So I added a placket. So this was a dress. I brought it way down because the print is so busy. So this was a dress, and I cut it at the length I wanted it, and I cut it straight down the center front. And then I added this placket, and so this is how I finished the facing. So the facing just goes into the placket. I made the placket on the fold. This was one piece, and it was shaped like this at the neckline, so that it would continue the V. I really wanted to continue the V. I didn't want it to go straight out because I think that looks a little clunky. And then I started sewing it from the inside of the shirt, and I finished on the outside so it looks, you know, nicely finished. And then I just hemmed it like normal. And then I sewed the pockets shut. Here's where the pockets were right here. You can see all those layers. My serger was doing something crazy on this. But there you go. Oh, and I removed the invisible zipper, and I just sewed the back seam up. And then I took this facing and stitched in the ditch. So you can still see some needle holes. So that's it right here. It has this really long dart here, but it turned out really cute. And it's stretchy. So I think like one thing you can experiment if you don't have stretch wovens, or if you have a top that just, you're like, oh, I don't want to size up, but it's just not fitting me quite right. If you have enough fabric, you can cut your pattern on the bias, and then it gives more give. It looks like a little peplum down here. I'm kind of hoping that looks a little just more, you know, shaped. Ooh. Hi, Penny, how's it going? Long time no see. So yeah, that was it. Yeah, I'm gonna put some snaps on it. And then it'll be done. I'm going to record a video to do that, I think. So sometimes things get stuck. But I do have a few pictures of me wearing some of the things I finished. Bad news about the Dahlia dress. It didn't work, but it's not over yet. The sleeves were not voluminous on this at all. The problem with this pattern, to be honest, is that this dress rips right here. Oh, in fact, look at that. There's a little, I need to fix that. You can even see this is ripping. Maybe not. So this is my big pet peeve, is how so many patterns don't have a real armhole. So it's a grown-on sleeve, you know, so the sleeve is one with the bodice. There's no armhole here. The problem with these is there's a lot of stress down here and they rip. And if they're really open, so that doesn't happen, you can see right into the garment. I actually avoid sewing some things because of it, you know. I don't like to say that a whole lot, but I'm honest about it. Like I'm really picky about a garment having sleeves, a real armhole and sleeves. Because of that, it fits and feels nicer. A lot of those zero waste patterns don't have a set-in sleeve, but that one that Sam made from Frugalissima looks like it did. You kind of piece the sleeve together. So this is the problem with this dress in particular, is that all of mine, some of them have a rip like this going into the bodice, and I've zigzagged them, almost all of them. Oh, cool, Nancy. So yeah, it's coming along. I think the only thing I need to do of all those things is keep working on the Dahlia. Yeah, that's what I had done on this one. It's probably more obvious on this side, maybe. I do. I will do a little like bar tack there. It does not prevent it. It just staves it off for a bit. What would prevent it is if you actually had a curve for your arm to come out. And then you just have a sleeve you sew on. Like, oh, yeah, you're talking about I wore that yesterday on camera. It has a lift. The sleeve has a lift in it, so that, and it isn't quite right. I agree with you, but it looks fine when I'm wearing it. The thing with that is, and that's kind of one of my signature things I do on sleeves, is I add a lift so that when I lift up my shirt, the whole shirt doesn't come with me. It doesn't come, just my sleeve goes up. And that one has one of those. That's definitely a Cerami thing. Yeah, Malin, right? Yeah, I could, but I know. But the thing is, it'll just rip around it. It'll rip somewhere. It's too much stress. This armhole's just, it's not too small when you're wearing it, but like say you squat down and pick up a bin of fabric, then what happens is when you go down, all of this is stressing the fabric out everywhere, and then that just kind of adds to it, like, or just bending over, picking things up, like that whole, like stretching across your back, you know. But yeah, you're right, Mullen, it does help. What would really help is an armhole. A real armhole. But you know me, I love this pattern. I've made it 4 times. And in this, it just didn't, the picture of me wearing it looks so good, I almost didn't cut it up, but I know how it feels. Of when I did a lift. When have I done a lift? I did it on, gosh, Patty. Maybe in the drafting a sleeve video. Maybe in the Scout tee. The Scout tee I made where it's a white background and a floral, and then I put a yoke at the top. I drafted that sleeve. I may have talked about it there. I'll give you a little primer. I need a piece of paper though. Let me find a piece of paper. Here we go. Here's one of my recipe sheets from Cricut's recipe book. Okay. I guess my little skirt thing's done for now. I'll just make my others another time. All right, so this is gonna be a really quick tutorial. I'm gonna make it look a little easier than it might feel when you're doing it. All right, here's your sleeve. It's a short sleeve. Here's your center line and your grain line. Here's your shoulder, notch, front, back. The sleeve is almost perfectly symmetrical, except the front is probably carved away like about that much from the back. Okay. Yep, Martina, and I feel like they do that because people feel really accomplished making them. They have more success because setting in a sleeve, they don't want to do that. I think a lot of pattern designers are not advanced sewists when they start their pattern company and they become advanced sewists, and they don't like setting in sleeves either. That's my complete, opinion, my own personal opinion. I don't actually know that. Oh yeah, I actually made mine into shorts and I love them. Hi Terry, how's it going? All right, so here's your sleeve. And so what I was just talking about is when you have a set-in sleeve, you need as much ease across the cap. You need it to be through here. The max amount that you can add to the cap of your sleeve is about 1.5 inches. When you watch me in the how to set in a sleeve video and how to sew a sleeve with a French seam, I am using the max amount of ease. It's very rare to find a sleeve with that much ease. It is a lot, and it can be a little tricky, but 1.25 inches is pretty good. 1.25, 1 to 1.25, all right? So if your sleeve has this ease in there, but you're still finding that the, I don't know, maybe it's still tight across, you didn't do a full bicep, I don't know, whatever it is, maybe your garment, there's just something about the armhole, I don't know. What you can do to a sleeve before you've cut it out is you can add a lift to it. And what that does is it enables you to lift your arm, and then the garment doesn't come up with your sleeve. I love that, Libby. So when you do that, you don't have to change the armhole at all. You just need to change your sleeve. And all you're doing is you're adding right here. This has to be symmetrical. Remember, this seam here sews to that seam there, right? We'll make this number 1 and number 1, right? So these have to be symmetrical. If you fold it on this line, your sleeve is symmetrical from here down, okay? And you kind of need to blend it in. So this amount right here doesn't need to be very much, but this is going to add fabric right here to your sleeve, okay? So it's not, your sleeve isn't going to look as sleek and close fitting as it does without the lift. But in something like that floral that's kind of busy, or in a print or a lighter weight fabric, it doesn't look bad. It's just a keen-eyed person might notice that there's fullness in your sleeve. And that floral print one was kind of a bad example because it was a prototype. It was a prototype for something specific. So, and I wanted to recover the fabric because I was like, well, it'd be kind of nice if I had a wearable muslin, just like we do, right? So, a wearable muslin, right? So this amount right here, you can do anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch. I usually say stay below 1 inch, like 3/4 of an inch is in general what I do. So this right here. So Now let's talk about this. So you add 3/4 of an inch right here, right? And we're talking on the seam line, right? You're adding 3/4 of an inch on the seam line. What that does is it may, let's see, what's that? That's going to shorten your sleeve cap here. So if it shortens your sleeve cap, don't I have another piece of paper? When you shorten your sleeve cap, you're going to lose that ease. You need this. You're going for a really comfortable sleeve. Don't add this lift and then go, well, shoot, now my sleeve feels tight across the bicep. So you got to add it back. So this is why I say it's not like the easiest thing to do, but it's not hard. All right. So now we've added our lift. All right, my sleeve is symmetrical, and don't tell me it isn't. It's symmetrical. So this amount here on the seam line has decreased by probably about 1/4 of an inch on each side. And so you need to add it back and then blend it in. You know, hi Louise, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a bit. No. The diamond is going to, what the heck does the diamond do? I feel like it's a funky way to add circumference. Is it in the sleeve only? It's in the armpit, right? It's like this. Like it's sewn here, and then this is your garment down here. Why do I have to draw so big? Then I have to get more paper. This is my last piece of scratch paper over here. So yeah, so what you're talking about is something like this, right? This is the sleeve. Right? Yeah, the gusset, a gusset. I mean, it could actually add a lift, but the thing is you're adding to the circumference here. I think it just honestly just makes it more comfortable. A lot of men's shirts are pretty close fitting, and I think that the gusset, I'm not sure. I don't really know. I'd have to look at it and see what brands are doing it. And what market it's geared towards. To be really blunt, it's most likely because people are getting bigger and we are used to wearing stretchy, comfortable clothing. And I imagine people who have to wear suits all the time are probably over it, and they would like things to be a little bit more comfortable. And so they're probably adding some comfort things that are less visible, and that's a great marketing thing to just be like, hey, you know, our shirts you'll feel comfortable all day in. But I don't know. That's just like what I'm assuming. Yeah, exactly, Barbara. Yeah. Oh, it adds usually to add stability. Yeah, so yeah, I think it could definitely do that. Gussets are, the problem with a gusset is that when the arm is down, you have the danger, because if you're going to do it yourself, I don't know, can I illustrate this? I'm not a very good illustrator. What'll happen is, oh, I can't illustrate this. Oh, but what? I think I can show you because my dolly address is here somewhere. Ooh, I haven't thought about this stuff in so long. There's probably some other folks that are really up to snuff on this. I'm not very up to snuff on this stuff anymore. So this is my problem with gussets. This is all seamed right here, right? And this is seamed here, and this is not down the middle of this gusset right here. And what can happen is that you lose some of the shaping that was inherent in the garment. And so this is just kind of hanging out there. And that's why it's added a little bit, right? And so if this were the underarm, right? Like it was like this. But it's really, you know, like this is the underarm, right? So this is, yeah, so this is like the sleeve and this is the side seam. This right here, it sometimes doesn't blend in with the garment very well, and you can kind of see it poking out. So it's just got to be something done really subtly. Yeah, so in a long time ago, yeah, exactly, Patty. A long time ago, before everyone had scissors, you know, we're talking long time ago, hundreds of years ago, they made all of the pattern pieces for a shirt, or usually a shirt, in squares and rectangles so they could rip it. So they would rip the pieces, and then that way they didn't need scissors to cut out the garment. But to give the sleeves some comfort, what they would do, besides all the pleats and gathers that were probably in there already giving it some comfort, they would add a gusset. And if you ever sew a folkwear pattern, like the cheesemaker's smock, I think, and poet's blouse is another one. It's a square gusset, and you do this really cool folding technique, and you sew it in. It's pretty cool. And that would give the arm a little bit of give, because across the gusset it would be stretchy because it was on the bias, and you just added a wedge. You just basically you took something that was like this, and you actually made it like that, because there's your gusset. And then it's sewn in. That's the shoulder, armhole, sleeve, side seam, right? That's kind of a better visual of what a gusset will do. Gussets are great. I don't really like sewing them personally. So the lift, getting back to the lift, is a easy way to do it, and it is taught in school. It's just like I said, it's basically like adding the gusset, and you're going to see this little bit of fabric right here. It's going to be a little bit like on your sleeve. It'll be a little poofier there. But then when you lift up your arms, especially if you have boobs, boob crowd, raise your hand. That's kind of nice, because sometimes if a garment doesn't fit us really well, it'll get hung up above our boobs, and then you're pulling your shirt down. You know what I mean. So that's why I add lifts to my sleeves a lot of times. All right, that's my quick and dirty tutorial. Is not a very good one, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Trying to think, I don't know where I showed it, where I drafted it. It was probably in that how to draft a sleeve. Raise your hand. You raise your hand, yeah. Yeah, so that blouse, that blue floral one, is like a classic blouse I love to wear. I really like the look of a collared blouse. But I want shape because I'm shaped, you know? Look at how off-center she is. So this way I can have darts and a nice little shape, because I just don't want to wear things like the Archer button-up or the Oxford all the time, because it's really not a silhouette that's great for my silhouette. I like to have the shaping in there. And when you have this shaping and it gets closer fitting, you run the danger of when you lift your shirt up, all of it getting stuck above your boobs or similar. And guys have this problem too, by the way, because guys are also shaped, like even straight cut people are shaped a lot of times that they're narrower below their chest. Not all of us. I mean, my bust is bigger than my waist, but that's not how it's distributed, you know. If we could just all be potatoes, like kids, it's a little easier. Potatoes are the best to fit. Potato crew. Okay, so getting back to, oh, I'm going to turn off my automatic backpack because that'll scare me. So I have a few more of these to sew here, of the my tree skirt thing here. I think I have enough for one more skirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I do. Plus I have those, and I cut another couple. I like shaving as well because boxy clothes make you look... You mean boxy clothes make you look like a fox. All right, I need to hear that again, Beverly. I have looked at that pattern a few times. I'm gonna look at it right now. If I'm remembering it correctly, I was kind of like, it looks like a camp shirt, right? Oh, no, I know this one. They're not selling this pattern anymore, are they? Oh, they are. Okay, what happened to this pattern company? They're not around anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I had someone really struggling with something on this pattern, and she was using, I think my Archer button-up stream. Not a cam shirt. Okay, yeah, I just looked it up. Here, I'll pull it up for all of you guys. Oh, I didn't check my microphone here, so hopefully it, okay. I'll just leave it like that for now. So it is a lot like the Archer button-up. You know, I got asked to, well, I kind of asked someone, hey, if you ever need sewing. And they were like, we do have something coming out in the fall, and maybe I'll see if it's similar to this. Let's see the sizes, 0s to 20. That's not very many sizes. Oh, let's look at, did I add that to my cart? Yeah, I did. I didn't want a cart. I want to look at this one because it's solid. We can see the details. This is great. Oh, that's the only picture. Oh, here we go, here we go. Please show us the back. Jerks. We have back sides. Why doesn't the world know we have a back side? Where's the line drawing? What is this right here? Is another one? Oh, this is this one. I'm looking at the same thing over and over, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure that these folks aren't in business anymore. Wait, is that what it is? I do not want to see my stream. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do this. Oh, there's no support for it? Is that what it is? That would be a good reason to sew it, because there might be folks that need help. Oh, I see, I see. That's what it is. Works for the tummy issue too. Oh, and there was a line drawing? Where? Do I have to cycle through like a billion photos to find it? Oh, there it is. Ay caramba. Okay, yeah. So it's got 2 back darts and then 2 front darts. All right. I did this to my archer, you guys. Lisa and Company has a sale right now. They have the classic shirt and the recital shirt, which both look good. Oh. I don't think I've bought anything from them. Lisa. Sometimes I struggle. Why did this take me to Amazon? Oh, is that all? Wait, no. Yeah, it is Oliver and S. What'd you say? Classic shirt? Did you say classic shirt? Yeah, I saw the line drawing. Okay, so the classic shirt and the recital. Okay, so let's look at those. I'll pull those up for you guys. Let me find, this is a sew along post. Let me find the pattern. This pattern. This one looks a lot like the Archer. This looks like the Archer. It just has a bust dart. See? That's the classic. So let's look up the recital. What the heck? Recital shirt. There's ads on their website. Or that was maybe their search was powered by Google or something. Oh yeah, so this has back lower darts. Ooh, we could do pin tucks. No front darts, but what is this? Oh, it's princess seams. Those are princess seams? I mean, I know they're princess seams, but it doesn't look like they're shaping. Let's see it on somebody. So it's not quite as shaped as the one we were just looking at. Remember when I made my Archer button-up a reversible jacket? I did add darts to it. I want more shaping. I want more shaping. But yeah, they have a sale, so that's good to know. I'm going to ask the company I was talking to see what this project is. But I do agree, like, sewing something for a pattern that maybe folks need help with is kind of a good thing. But at the same time, I don't need another one of those. I have a custom one that I've made, and I have my Archer, you know, so I need help from these pattern companies or from fabric shops needing me to sew things. Oh, nice, Lynn. That always feels like an accomplishment, doesn't it? I know, because I have sew with cones, and so when I run out, I'm like, oh, that hasn't happened for months. All right, so where are we at now? So next week, so I'm gonna be here on Saturday, but we're not gonna be doing a project. We're gonna react to sewing video hacks that we've seen. You guys can email me links to videos, and I'm gonna try them out, and we're gonna see. I'm looking for ones that are silly or useful or whatever. I probably can't watch the video because I don't understand copyright stuff enough to do that, and I'm a little nervous too. I love that every time I post, YouTube's like, good job, you have no copyright strikes against you. So I want to keep it that way. And next week, though, we're making the Chaco jumpsuit by Deer and Doe, and it's a knit fabric, and we're making it for Hearts fabric. They sent us the project for the anniversary. They also are sending you guys a bigger discount next week too. So that's really nice of them. And every time I see this jumpsuit on people, it looks good on a lot of folks. So I'm pretty excited. I think I've only sewn the Blanca flight suit as is the only jumpsuit I've sewn. Kirby! Hi, how are you? What are you up to? Kirby, I have something I wanted to talk to you about. Like, I just wanted to ask you something. I don't have to do it now, but you're reminding me. The strange back pats from you too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, it's a strange world. I feel like I don't have anyone to go to for help on it. Like, who would you ask you to at YouTube? Like, where would you even go? So yeah. Should we look at my thing again? Let's see. It's in a big old heap over here. Let's check it out. I'm going to lay it on the ground too and see how big we think it would be. Let's move this. I can't really see. Move my chair. I moved my garbage can. Oh, this thing's not going anywhere. And I think, like, you know, once it's been watered, it feels pretty flexible. Like, look, I could probably make a straighter, stretched one. Look at that. I could do half. I could do 2 big ones. I can make this circle smaller. I have to admit though, you guys, those things are weird looking. They're going to be really weird in the yard, and I can't wait for them to get really dirty. You know? Oh, nice, Kirby. Oh, I think YouTube just says you have a strike and then you have to address it. There's a page. But you know, like if I'm having an issue on YouTube, I don't have like a help email. You know? There's not like a helpline. And you just filled a bob and emptied another spool. Wow, you're on fire, Lynn. Emptying out all the thread spools. Okay. Well, I am looking forward to seeing this in the yard and seeing how well it works. I think it'll work great, actually. I think it'll work better than any mulch I've done. What do you mean, why did I stuff it? Because I'm trying to get rid of fabric scraps. And it will flatten out. It'll definitely flatten out. It's really fluffy right now because I just stuffed it, but I think in a month it's going to be like a dense mat. And I wanted it heavy so it doesn't fly away. And I want to get rid of the scraps, so. But I think that if you wanted to use up a lot of scraps, you could compromise by picking a fabric that you think would blend in better. You could even buy camouflage fabric, you guys. You know. I think that would go around a bigger tree, Libby. I'm going to make 2 or 3 of these. And one of them is for this little bush, and then I'm going to give the other 2 to my husband. He was so excited about putting them around some of the trees in the orchard. And then tomorrow, maybe I'll go live with my phone. Hopefully it'll be a good signal. If I go live and it doesn't work out, you'll know why, and I'll just record something and then I'll upload it so you can kind of see it in the garden. But I'll probably go live a little earlier tomorrow, like 9 a.m. my time. No, it'll be like 10 a.m. Lynn, yep. Yeah, it'll compress over time. I'm kind of looking forward to when it's faded and I don't really notice that it's out there. So that bush I had mulched. So here, look, here is some pictures. So this one on the, towards my face cam, that bush right there, I mulched with some grass clippings, and so I'm gonna put this down, and then I think I'm gonna put grass clippings on top just to make it look like it blend in, because I don't like things looking unnatural out there in the yard. I want them to look kind of blend in, so I think doing something, you know, like a fabric that kind of blends in would be good, because the cheesecloth was a big fail. So, and then the left picture is these grapes. You know what? I actually have a better picture, and it's in the thumbnail of today's video. Let's see if I can pull this up for you guys. So on this one here, you can see all this right here. My husband's like, I really want this because I can't mow close to these grapes. So I'm going, I think he prunes them every year. He pruned them last year. We've only been there 1 year, so. He wants me to put something there. It's not like he can mow on these though, you know, like I can only get so close. Like that's not, the mowing, I can't help the mowing too much, you know. So, but I think I could at least keep the weeds down under there. Yeah, Terry, right? I hope so. I mean, I had qualms about getting it because I usually only get natives, but there's so many birds and pollinators in our yard, and they really love those things. I really liked having them in the past. Okay. What a crazy week of like weird stuff to sew and stream. But I'm really excited about this. I know it's not for everybody, but I hope you guys find a really good place for your scraps. I mean, they'll break down in a landfill too, but there's issues with that. This way I get some use out of it, right? I don't have to weed as much or water as much, and I know that I diverted it. Under the grapes, you wouldn't even see those things. But now I will look at camouflage fabric a little differently. I might consider it if I see it on sale. I'm swimming in cheesecloth. I'm so glad I didn't open up that other hermetically sealed thing of cheesecloth. I'm so glad it's just there. I don't know what we'll do. I can't even use it as like bug screen. Right? I mean, could I use this as bug screen? This is too big of a hole, right? I don't know. Learn from me. Learn from me. I hope not. I'm glad I didn't link the cheesecloth in the description yesterday. I don't really want to encourage you guys to go that route. I think muslin would be my preferred thing. I think that would blend in the best in my yard, because in these areas where the dirt is, it would blend in the best. In a more lush yard, you might want something greener. You know, Barbara, it's too fragile. I really feel like it was easy to sew, easy enough to sew, but I really feel like once we stuff it, it would just rip. I mean, watch. Burlap. Yeah, have you ever sewn with burlap, Heidi? That's true. Good netting to stop the birds. Yeah, I feel like this would get on a plant though, and it just wouldn't come off. This stuff, I barely even pushed through. I thought I was gonna have to push hard, but it just parts. The fibers just part. What a bummer. Burlap is really, really itchy. I will say, if you have any skin sensitivities, be really careful using burlap, and it hangs out forever. It's one of the 3 banned fabrics in my studio. I have sewn with it though. Yeah, so scratchy and dusty, and it smells like gasoline. So I'd be careful using it, but if you have a source, like if you have a friend who has a coffee shop and they have those burlap coffee bean bags, that would be great. That's such a good suggestion, to be honest. You might even be able to take them somewhere like a cobbler or an upholstery shop and just say, hey, would you guys mind sewing these? This is all I want. I just want you to sew these 3 sides. That's it. Hi, Julie. How's it going? I like the idea of the burlap. I love that idea. I'm really glad I don't have any. I would have felt really compelled to do that. I think that's a good one. If I were to do this next time from scratch, I would first probably use fabrics that like this, like from my, not from my stash, but from like this was the, you know, this comforter that was ripping and stained. Looks pretty good here. And I cut it up and already had made a body pillow for my daughter. Gauze, yeah, I feel like gauze might be expensive. I'm also thinking of affordability, so I think like muslin would be the way to go, or your fabric scraps. If you really wanted it to look good in the yard, you could pick out a fabric, cut and sew it. You can even get fabrics that don't break down, like you can get camouflage Cordura. You need a friend who has a coffee shop now. Just go to a coffee shop and ask. Just ask them. They most likely are going to be like, here you go. Old sheets, yeah, Kathleen, that's a good one. Yeah, I've got, yeah, well, I actually have a what is that called? The for jelly making, the grind, it's like a grinder, so to de-seed. What the heck is that called? You know what I mean. I have one of those. I just used it the other day for something and it worked out so good. I can't remember what I did. What the heck? Oh, I made gnocchi. I made gnocchi and it turned out great. Ooh, that's what we should have for dinner tonight. Yeah, so the cheesecloth comes out to about $1.50 a yard, or $2 a yard. Like if you buy a cut-off piece like I did 10 yards, it's going to be a couple bucks a yard. If you get the like 70-yard thing, it's like 50 cents a yard or something. I can't remember, you know. And then and someone brought up that you could get it from Dharma Trading. It's just probably you're gonna get into that $4 to $5 a yard range. So it just depends on what you are willing to invest in this. So no one sees my house. No one, I don't have visitors. I don't really, and if they saw it, I'd just be like, yeah, it's to keep the weeds down and the water in. I don't really care. Oh, I would go for the ravioli. The gnocchi was really easy to make. And you know what I learned? I had seen this kitchen gadget in kitchen stores before, and I had no clue it was a gnocchi board. And so if you picture like a miniature cutting board, like in it, you know, like a little cutting board, but it's got long grooves in it, that is a gnocchi board. So you put your little ball of gnocchi on there, and then you go whoop, and you roll it down, and it goes whoop, and it has these little like stripes. I was thinking about sewing a sandwich with the sulky as the bread and the scraps in between. What's sulky? What's that, Heidi? What's a moolie, Margie? And hello. It's good to see a bunch of you. Yeah, I think there's a lot of possibilities here. Yeah, and I like the rug idea. I wonder also how thick and how uneven quilters machines can go through. Because let me tell you, like I'm like, ooh, could we just lay down a piece of fabric, lay a bunch of scraps on there, lay another piece of fabric, and then quilt it all and make rugs? Welcome in the gnocchi world. Sulky is dissolvable. Oh. But isn't that a thread? That's what I was thinking. When you said sulky, I thought that's the dissolvable thread. Is there a fabric? Sulky fabric? Okay, yeah. So you can get it as a fabric. Yeah, like, oh yeah, for embroidery. But then you don't want your scraps flying around. I don't. I think they're fine in some yards. We have a lot of areas of yard no one walks by that I want to keep the weeds down in too. I might put this like around my compost bin. Anyway, lots to think about. I feel like this was good just to think about some of the options. If anybody does this, would you please let me know? I want to know, and I want to hear how yours goes and what you do. I think this is a customizable project for each garden. Oh, really, Harmony? Are you talking about as a quilter? Yeah, netting. I was wondering about like what kinds of netting we could get. I also opted for something that was unbleached and cotton, but that was my choice. Like I said, you could go the full on, like, I want this to lay out there forever, and get, you know, something that is UV resistant. Okay. Interesting. Because that would be kind of cool. What if you made a rug and then you could just cut it to fit where you want it to be? You know, this is starting to remind me of those recycled blankets that you get from U-Haul. And it looks like denim fiber. You know, they're blue. Fabric collage. Oh, right. Okay. I mean, yeah. I was thinking more like you put your fabric scraps, you know, between two layers of paper, and then you could quilt it so that it stayed all together. I could do that. I don't want to, though. I'm thinking of the big machine, you know. It'd be really nice if they could just, I just don't think they could do that. You'd have to roll it up. I know don't know what I'm talking about, so. Anyway, all right, so Saturday's going to be kind of unique. Hopefully we'll have a bunch of videos I can look at. Send them to me at sosolive@gmail.com. Just link them to me. And I'll start checking them out. We'll try all these little hacks and things. The moving blankets, yeah. I'll look into the copyright thing too. Cool. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for indulging me. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. Next week is my 3-year anniversary. Woo woo. All right, I'll see you guys soon.